with New Orleans. And then coming to LA and winning a championship, I think you win because you're happy. With me applying this to my life, off the floor, I was happy. On the floor, I was happy, joyful, excited. And now I win a championship. So I think some people is happy because they win, but I for sure was the other one. I would definitely win because I was happy for sure.
So when you did win the title, we were all in the bubble. Did you reward yourself with anything? I know you have a very fancy, large, shiny ring, but did you get anything for yourself?
I didn't. I know I see some guys, Kuz pulled up in a Lamborghini. I was like, oh, cool, you doing your thing. So I haven't bought anything of that magnitude. The only thing that I hate that we didn't do was have the parade. We really pushed to have that parade, but that just means we have to win it again this year to have one.
Is that what you think? Because they said they're going to delay it and do it anyway. But if you just win another title, you can just take care of it all in one.
Exactly. That's the plan.
How does winning a championship change your mindset?
When we won, obviously I was a meme, crying and things like that, but that was one of the best feelings in the world, for sure. And I want to have that feeling again, and a couple more times. That was so funny when the PlayStation 5s and stuff was coming out and the Xboxes. When your girl walk in and buy you a PS5, and it was me sitting there crying. Oh, it was hilarious. They had it for everything.
There was also the one of you peeking around the door when we were in the bubble.
Yeah. That one too. That was a good one. Man, I had a couple memes in the bubble, huh? Man.
See? You're an internet star, Anthony Davis. What is hard about trying to repeat?
You're gonna get everybody best shot. Everybody wants to be the champions. That's the toughest part. And now you appreciate, and they just went in, they added players. But now, as a champion and you come out this year, you really appreciate, like, man, those guys, that was tough what they did. That was very tough to come out and repeat, and even back when Shaq and Kobe three-peat, it was tough to see what those guys did, especially when, you have this target on your back. So you're going to get everybody's best shot.
Breaking news, James Harden has been traded.
You assemble Lethal Weapon 3. There's simply no excuse not to come out of the East.
The landscape of the NBA has changed again. What do you think of James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving playing together and the challenge that might pose to you if you end up meeting that team in the finals?
It's a threat. They're definitely a threat. They're a team that, like I say, can score at will. They're a good team, and I think they're the favorites in the East now, since JH went over there. So it's going to be a fun battle. It's definitely going to be a battle.
We built different, dog. We built different.
Why are you and LeBron so good together?
We know that our relationship off the floor is going to help our relationship on the floor. Usually when your two main guys are not getting along, the team really isn't in good shape. And for us, we have two guys who really, really like being around each other and want the best for each other. So it makes everyone around us feel more comfortable and makes it easy for them to come talk to us or, be around us and hang with us, which helps our team camaraderie and help us get one step closer to our goal.
I wanted to ask you, too, how winning may have made you feel more connected to Kobe. The idea that you won in that same uniform, and in fact, you won on a title run where you guys wore the special Mamba uniforms.
And you took the words right out of my mouth, Rachel. The Mamba jerseys made me feel so connected to him. The game winner against Denver, I yelled Kobe. And it wasn't even intentional. It just happened. It was just like, I guess it was the jerseys. And then now forever, no matter what happens, 100, 200, 300, 400 years from now, my name and Kobe's name will be connected as far as championships. Obviously, I have a long way to go to catch him, but I'm 4 behind now. And my name will always be tied to the Lakers organization as far as winning a championship, and so will his.
All right, thanks to AD and Rachel for that interview. I'm George Sedano, still here with Kendrick Perkins and Vince Carter. And we're now joined by our senior writer, host of the Low Post podcast, Zach Lowe. Zach, welcome aboard. So, Zach, earlier in the show, we were talking about Perk's West All-Star starters. Now it's time for his East lineup that he posted on Twitter. We're going to debate here in a little bit. He's got Kyrie Irving, Jaylen Brown, Giannis, KD, and Joel Embiid. So, Zach, we'll start with you. Do you agree with these picks?
I'm 80% there with Perk. And the one switch I would make is Bradley Beal, the leading scorer in the entire NBA, in for Kyrie Irving, who left his team for 8 games or whatever it ended up being. And look, I know what Perk's going to say. I know what he's going to say. The Wizards stink. The Wizards are losing. How can we reward losing? The Wizards, who have half a team, are almost dead even in scoring margin with Bradley Beal on the floor. They're like minus 1.5 per 100 possessions. When you consider who Bradley Beal is playing with, that is a pretty damn impressive feat by Bradley Beal. Off the court, they're like minus a million when Bradley Beal doesn't play. So I'm going to set the record aside and reward Bradley Beal for his individual play and put him in the starting 5. Otherwise, Perk, I'm with you. Great job.
VC?
I'm the same thing. I'm with you outside of Bradley Beal. And the only reason outside of what you just said, Zach, is for the last couple of years, there's been a couple of all-stars that's gotten in on bad teams. So they open the door to start something. So Bradley Beal, who is now leading the league in scoring, is just a little different. I mean, he's playing, and like you said, you take Bradley Beal off the Washington Wizards right now. Where are they? 0 wins, 0 wins, and they don't come close. So outside of that, and the only reason I say that because Kyrie hasn't played. He's still playing at a high level, but he hasn't played as many games. I mean, Bradley Beal has been there putting in work, and he's the focal point for every team he plays against, and he's still putting up 30, 40, 50, 60, so salute to him.
Let's go, Perk.
That's what you got, man.
Well, listen, look, I have no knock on Bradley Beal. He's just not a starter. I feel like he's going to be an all-star, and rightfully so, because he is leading the league in scoring. But this is what you also have to look at when you're picking all-star starters, all right? The all-star game is not what it used to be. It's solely entertainment. And they want to see guys in there that's going to entertain. What other better entertaining player that we have in today's game than Kyrie Irving? I mean, he is and one mixtape. But when you think about what he's brought to the table, this is arguably Kyrie Irving's best year. He's averaging almost 28 points a game, and he's shooting a career high of 52% from the field. So I get it, right? He did miss some games, but when he's been on the court and between those lines, he's been definitely hard to stop.
Perk, you know I love you. You know I love you. I got nothing but love for you. But I'm with Zach and VC on this one. Bradley Beal would be my guy, too.